Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Brianna Watson. It's a very lovely pleasure to meet you. There's that. So, today's video is a little different. I'm in my kitchen, kind of baking. I pre-made cookie dough earlier today, and I did have like a little silicone mold from Walmart. And well, I did as much research as I possibly can about using silicone molds for sugar cookie dough because I've been seeing people use molds and bake sugar cookies and then dip them in. No, not dip them. Use melted chocolate. Use the same mold to do it on the opposite side of the cookies and kind of like a two-tone cookie. Well, I filled it 3/4 of the way, because it's usually what you do when you're baking cupcakes or cakes and stuff like that. When I did the silicone mold research, it never told me specifically how much I should do inside said mold. That is the one problem I think I had, was it didn't tell me how much to fill it. So I made a mistake. Like I said, I filled it 3/4 of the way, and I recommend putting the silicone mold in like a baking sheet or something, baking pan, when you're baking it. That way you don't pick up silicone. So this is me doing it 3/4 of the way. As you can see, some of them are popping out. One actually tore a bit. So these are just testing, which is good. So now I know to do better, because I wanted to do this kind of thing for like Christmas, but I didn't get around to it. But that's like the disappointing part, is I didn't get a chance to do it. I had other things that was going on. Come on. The silicone is hot, but not too hot. Okay, I like it. It's very hot. So yeah. As you can see, some of them came out like that. I'm kind of disappointed. Like, I wish that it would tell me these things when I did the research, because I would have loved to have done this on the first go, but obviously not everything turns out the way it's supposed to, which is fine. So, little test dummies there. I'll let them cool down, stuff like that. But look how cute! Looks like a little Reese's mold. I love cookies. And so look at the pretty little rose. I'm glad it got the detail. Okay, so the other thing is that I'm gonna let the mold cool. I made a comment on somebody's Instagram reel post, whatever, about a different way of doing piping bags. Piping bag. Now, to me, it makes sense if you use it for like cookie icing. But if you're using it for regular icing like buttercream or Swedish buttercream, I learned different buttercreams. Thank you, Rosanna Pansino. Love you. When I learned about the different buttercreams, like if you use the piping bag the way that they did, it doesn't feel like it's gonna work out because certain buttercreams have like some buttercreams are very firm and they have a particular piping way. Because if you put too much pressure, you could pop a bag. No matter what you do, you could pop a bag. But if you put too little pressure, it comes out uneven and it comes out with air bubbles and stuff like that. Now, I particularly don't use buttercream all that much, but the few times I tried, the first time didn't work out so well. No matter how much powdered sugar I added to the buttercream, it wasn't doing what it's supposed to. Like thickening up, not being really runny and stuff like that, because I added too much milk or heavy cream. So I gave up on that one. The second time I did a buttercream, it wasn't too bad. It turned out the right consistency and stuff. But I did have piping bags, some piping bags, but it didn't work out so well. So, yeah, I made a comment. I called them not very bright, which to me is a better way of saying like they're stupid or an idiot or whatever. It's a nicer way of being like, that is not a typical way. And a lot of people have been hating on it, which honestly couldn't care less. It's my opinion. And like, they're calling me rude. Not really rude, but then I listed reasons why it's not the best way of doing what they did. Basically, they cut the piping bag and then they tied it up like a bow tie or a shoelace almost. I've seen very many baking shows, a lot of baking shows. I watch Rosanna Pansino a lot, and she's a certified baker now. She's been on several baking shows and stuff like that. I've never, ever seen her do that particular method. Sure, if it's a one-time use, then yeah. But if you run out of icing in the piping bag, you can't really refill that piping bag. Now, somebody said you don't do that to piping bags. Well, yeah, but I'm not gonna waste 2 piping bags. Because piping bags are expensive. Now, if I can refill 1 piping bag with the same icing that I just made and used in the recipe, then of course I'm gonna reuse that piping bag that I used the first time. But yeah, lots of people are calling me fat and ugly and homebody or homely, as they said. Yes, I'm comfortable in my skin. I ain't gonna lie about that. Before I got my tattoos, I was not very comfortable with who I am. But putting tattoos on me made me feel prettier and happier and opened myself up to a world of possibilities. Because I've been terrified of needles my entire life. But I discovered that I am not afraid of specifically tattoo needles. And the reason being is because it's not going into my vein, it's not drawing blood out of me through a syringe or something. Now, yes, tattoos will cause you bleeding, obviously, because that's the thin layer on top being stripped away and raw, so the ink can settle inside the underskin and leave you a beautiful piece of art and work. But yeah, so honestly, that hate that I've been getting really careless. A lot of people liked my comment too, so they also have the same viewpoint as I do. And I have gotten some like, oh my gosh, I was gonna just comment this because that's exactly what it is. Like, it's not essential. It's not efficient. To some people, it might be efficient, but to real bakers out there in the world, the master pastry chefs and stuff like that, the greatest British baking show, the greatest American baking show, nailed it. Although, nailed it is really just the non-bakers baking. It's one of my favorite baking shows because it's real and raw and funny to me. Can't really recommend enough. I love Nicole. Nicole's the best. Hostess, I should say. And hoist. I love her. But yeah, I've seen all sorts of baking shows. Not a single baker I've seen do that method. So of course, I'm not gonna be wanting to do that method. Am I a professional baker? No. Do I love to bake at home and do stuff homemade? Yes. I made those cookies from scratch. I did not use no boxed mix, or in this case, packet mix, because there's now packet mixes of cookie doughs. There's chocolate chip cookie dough, sugar cookie dough, snickerdoodles, all sorts of kinds of ones. Hell, even Pillsbury has like a stuffed cookie dough mix. And me? If I see something that looks cool and a hack, I might try it. But that particular hack with a piping bag just does not seem right because there's other people who commented saying that they did that exact method. The first time it worked, but after that first time, the bag broke. You could not seal it up again with using that. And that's the thing. It's like everybody can do certain methods. It don't always work out for everybody. But you shouldn't be hating on somebody who just made their own opinion and who's logically thinking like this is not a smart idea to do. And like I said, I used the phrase, "you're not very bright." I mean, lots of people aren't very bright. I never claimed to be very bright. I know for a fact I ain't very bright. But when it comes to certain things I am particularly passionate about and love, like books and writing and art, diamond arts, baking. Hello. So yeah. That does it for this video. I've rambled too much. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye! Love you. Peace.